Well, good afternoon folks, welcome back to my channel. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot, and back with you again. I had a bout of COVID along with all the computer problems I had with the new PC. COVID is finally done, tested this morning and it's all negative, so and I'm feeling a lot better. So this video I'm going to try and get out today, Saturday the 9th of August. I'm going to try and get it out tonight so I can do tomorrow. I can prepare the next 3 videos for next week. We get back to normal service to be resumed, as it were. Okay, so where are we? We're in the UK. This is Birmingham International Airport. Well, it's actually Birmingham Airport in the UK. Echo Golf Bravo Bravo. This is a payware scenery by PYREEGUE Dev Co, a name that most people know very well. One of the star developers in our hobby. Currently this is version 1.0.6. He's done a few updates and we're looking at the PC version for Flightsim.To. Now there is a 2024 version available and does have additional features available in that version that really aren't properly modelled in this version, and we'll talk about that during the review. So the download comes in at 1.72 gigs and it installs at 3.42 gigs, which isn't bad really considering the amount of content here. Currently it's only available from the Contrail shop. So I'll give you the prices. We're looking at £17.72, which equates to €20.46 or $23.80 in US currency. Please note the US and the Euro prices are estimates taken from the UK pound and they do not include tax or VAT, which may vary depending on your country of purchase. So those prices you can see there, they're exclusive of tax, so you'll need to add the tax when you're thinking about buying this. Okay, so let's look at the features with this latest scenery from this well-known developer. Okay, features. So we have the Elmden 2026 layout with taxiway hotel construction has been finished, so it's included in the scenery. The South Terminal 2025 layout, which is essentially a new terminal extension and markings. 25,000 square meters of Avatar explorable terminal interiors, and that's mainly for Flightsim 2024. There is development on a basic scale here, which is something I was quite surprised at given the reputation for skill of this developer, but we'll talk about that later. You have bespoke terrain work, animated people, you've got the Airlink monorail as well, and as I said, there's a GSX Profile included by an external author, and that's included by a guy called Hinshi. There's quite a lot to see here, and we'll get down to that at some point and have a good look. But first let's talk some history. Okay, so history for you. Birmingham International Airport, Echo Golf Bravo Bravo, is a public use international airport and it's owned by 7 metropolitan boroughs, those being West Midlands County, which own 49%, the Ontario Teachers Pension Plan, which own 48.25%, and the employees themselves that own 2.75%. The airport is operated by Birmingham Airport Limited and is located 8 miles or 13 kilometres east-southeast of Birmingham city centre and 11 miles west-northwest of the city of Coventry, slightly north of Bickenhill village in the metropolitan borough of Solihull in England. Officially opened as Elmden Airport in July of 1939, the airport was requisitioned by the Air Ministry during the Second World War and used by both the Royal Air Force and the Royal Navy as RAF Elmden. It was largely used for flight training and wartime production purposes. In July of 1946, the aerodrome was reopened to civilian operations. In 1928, Birmingham City Council decided that the city required a municipal airport. Thus, soon thereafter, a committee was established to work towards establishing such a facility. Prior to any major construction decisions being taken, members of the committee visited various successful airports around Europe in 1935. That same year, an architectural and engineering practice, Norman and Dorbarn, were appointed as advisors on a project, and by 1936, after the purchase of several acres of land and a bill passing through Parliament, construction began on ground preparation, terminal design and airport layout. Construction work proceeded at a rapid pace, and by May 1939 the airport had been completed to such a degree that it was ready to handle traffic. During the Second World War, Elmdon Airport was requisitioned by the Air Ministry and was used for both the Royal Air Force and the Royal Navy as RAF Elmdon. It was largely operated as an elementary flying school and a base for the Fleet Air Arm. In July of 1946, the aerodrome was reopened to civilian operations, although it remained under government control. During the post-war years, a number of public events such as airfairs and air races were held on the site. In 1949, scheduled services began with British European Airways, launching routes to Paris, and to begin with, the number of flights to the continent growing steadily over the years and including services to Zurich, Dusseldorf, Palma, Amsterdam and Barcelona. During 1960, the city of Birmingham resumed responsibility for the airport's operation again, ending the central government control. Fast forward to June 2008 and the work began on building the new 3-storey international pier, which was officially opened on 9th of September 2009. As part of the airport's 70th anniversary, the airport welcomed the Airbus A380 Super Jumbo as the first user of the pier. The special service was the first commercial A380 flight in the UK outside of London Heathrow Airport. In September 2010, it was announced that after the merging of Terminals 1 and 2 into a single facility in 2011, the airport would drop the International from its name to become just Birmingham Airport. A Midlands-based marketing agency was recruited to create a new corporate identity that reflects Birmingham Airport's current position in the marketplace, as well as its future potential. In May 2014, the 1,312-foot or 400-metre runway extension was officially opened, and the full length was first used on the 22nd of July 2014 when China Southern Airlines operated its first charter between Birmingham and Beijing. In 2012 there were discussions to rename the airport after Ozzy Osbourne, who came from Birmingham. Efforts to rename the airport never really came to fruition, unfortunately. Currently, some 24 airlines operate into and out of Birmingham Airport, including TUI, Jet2, Swiss, Saudia, KLM, Turkish Airlines and Emirates. Also, some 5 cargo operators use the airport, including Lufthansa Cargo, Hong Kong Air Cargo and Zymex Aviation. So there you are, folks, another airport that's been used during the war quite extensively and then became a very large civilian airport with quite a bit of development that's actually still going on today. So that was a history. Now let's look at the runway here. Okay, runways. So it's just 6 AM. Today is the 9th of August 2025, the date of this video, which I'm hoping to release tonight for you guys. So Birmingham Airport operates a single runway, 3315, measuring 10,013 feet, or 3,052 metres, and is constructed from asphalt. The airport lies at an elevation of 339 feet, or 103 metres, and sits within the GMT UTC time zone. Now currently the UK is on British summer time, and is therefore 1 hour ahead of UTC GMT, and Birmingham Airport is the same. So this runway itself, let's have a look at what it's got. Both ends of this runway feature high-intensity runway lighting, high-intensity airfield lighting system version 2, centerline lighting, and precision approach path indicators on the left side. Now this end, runway 33, also features touchdown zone lighting. So as we look at this is runway 33 end. You can see PAPI's on the left, the centerline, the high-intensity lighting, touchdown zone lighting as well. We've got all of that there, and also the approach lighting system here is correct as per the chart. So everything looks good here. Also the runway is fully grooved, I'll talk about approach options in a minute because they apply to both ends, but in the meantime let's go and have a look at the other end, runway 15. So here we are looking at the other end, runway 15 approach. Once again you have the approach lighting system, which is correct as per the charts. And you've got this touchdown zone area, or not touchdown zone area, you've got a displaced threshold here. PAP is on the left, the centre line. The only thing that's not here is touchdown zone lighting. I'm not really sure why, I'll tell you in a minute. Basically because the approach options here, you have an NDB localizer DME instrument landing system, which is certified to category 2 and 3 low visibility operations. Now I would suspect that for Cat 2 and 3 landings you would need touchdown zone lighting at both ends. I may be wrong, but to be honest the chart also states touchdown zone lighting on 3.3 only, which is that end. Doesn't mention it on the 1.5 end. But yeah, I'm quite surprised at that. But everything else is correct as per the chart, so the developer has got this absolutely right. So you have an instrument landing system certified to Cat 2 and Cat 3 low vis ops. You also got an RMP option and an NDB approach option too. So there you go, all looks pretty good to be honest. It's accurate as per the chart, I really can't complain. The only strange thing, as I said, is not having touchdown zone lighting at the 1.5 end when that's also certified for low vis landings. But no, and I know somebody maybe who knows more than me might tell me why that is in the comments. In the meantime, let's go and have a look at the jetways here at the airport. Okay, jetways, so here we are, we're on stand 5-4 left. You've got 5-4 centre and 5-4 right, and I've spawned directly from the menu. And as you can see on this stand here, we've gone basically spawned directly onto the stop line, and there's a 737 marker here as well. So here on 54 centre we've got the stop line. We've also got marks for the Airbus A330 and the 767-200 and the Airbus 350 and the 777. So this is what you would use for a heavy jet, and this looks as though it would work okay for the positioning of the aircraft. And as you can see here, we've spawned directly from the menu and we're on the stop margin here. Some of the stands do have A320 markings. Just to be clear, we've got the Phoenix Airbus A320 here in my livery. We spawn right from the menu. You've also got the working VTGS system as well, which is included in the scenery. So if you have the appropriate plugins, that should work. So a very quick look inside before we power the aircraft up. Here you can see 5-4 left, and here you can see the gate visual docking guidance system is also working. Okay, so let's test this jetway here on 5-4 left. Okay, it looks pretty good. Wheels, head is positioned, the wheels turn. Once again the stairs go into the concrete, but not by much to be honest. And that looks as good a connection as any I've seen from here. So let's go a little bit closer. So there's the connection a little bit close up, as you can see. Like in many situations here, the hood goes through the aircraft skin, but you know, that's as good a connection as any I've seen. Let's have a look from the other side. So here's the view from the other side. Once again you can see the hood has gone through the skin into the cockpit this side. Be interesting to see how far it actually pokes in, but as I've said, I've seen worse. So let's have a look inside the jetway. So firstly a quick look from this side. As you can see, the shutter is down and the doors are closed, which is a real pity. I would really like to see these jetways open at the end of the jetway when they're connected to an aircraft, and closed when they're not. There's at least one or two other developers that do this and do it well. Aerosoft is one, so it would be really nice to see that. So let's just move to the other side. So here you can see there's a slight gap between the end of the jetway and the doorway, but to be honest it's not really a problem. It's a little bit low, but as I've said, I've seen worse. At the end of the day the jetway connects, and it's really quite good. And here we're looking at the side. For some reason when you do this, the side of the hood here disappears and you can see out through. Don't quite know why this happens. It does happen in a few other sceneries, but there you go. We've seen it happens okay. So here we are looking out from inside the aircraft to the jetway. I know it looks pretty good. It's level. It's not slanted in any way, so that's really quite good. And as you can see here, the jetway hood has gone through the side of the skin, quite markedly in fact. Let's have a look in the cockpit. And once again in the cockpit here you can see the hood has gone right into the cockpit. That's quite marked actually. It's probably one of the worst I've seen. But overall the jetway connects well, and it's good enough really. It's no worse than many others I've seen. And as you can see from this shot, from the outside, the jetway looks great. I mean, it looks weathered, it looks natural, and you know, it looks realistic enough. Really does. So yeah, the connection is not the greatest in the world, but it actually does connect to the doorway. It doesn't miss it in any way, which is good. As I said, it would be really nice to have the doorway end of the jetway open, so that those people who use GSX can actually see the passengers walking off the aircraft and going through the doors when they make various videos, which would be really helpful. Okay, let's disconnect the jetway now. So the hood springs back, door closes. I want to see where the jetway positions now. It goes out of the way, which is good. And there we are. And what I like about this jetway is that it positions back in the correct area. Here you've got the safe zone for the jetway manoeuvring area, and here you've got the circle where the wheels should be. And this is one of the few jetways in a scenery like this where everything returns to the correct place. Very often you see jetways go back out of the way quite nicely, but they're actually not in the right place. So there you go, that was the jetway test. I mean, it's no worse than many others I've seen. I haven't tried all of the jetways. Some of them, as I say, you've got the large ones here for the bigger aircraft, the 380 and so on. So yeah, there's much more for you to explore, but the jetway here works quite well. I'm using GSX. There is a GSX Profile, a full one, designed for this airport, which comes with the scenery. And if for some reason it's not available or something, you can download it from Flightsim.To. So that's available too. So there you go, that was jetways. Now let's have a real good look at this new airport by PYREEGUE Dev Company and see whether it really meets our expectations. Okay, welcome back. Here we are again. We're back at the daytime. It's just after midday. We're going to start at the northern end. What you're looking at is the threshold there of runway 15, and we're going to head south towards the airport itself, the main complex, and have a look at what's being done on the way here. So as you can see, it's been beautifully modelled. At the end of the day, this developer knows his stuff. There's the airport fence line, goes right around the airport. The terrain looks really good. It's properly developed. And there on the left you can see solar panels. On the right you've got the ILS system there as well. The runways and taxiways are nicely textured. Signage there as well, which we'll look at in due course. And you've got the Elmenden apron there on the right hand side. So as we're coming close towards the airport proper and the terminal complex, there you've got the fire station below us. And here now we're starting to get towards the main stands. Just slow this down a little bit. And again, you've got various animated vehicles that you can see. But it's all beautifully done. The tarmac and the apron textures, the markings, all really nicely done. There's my aircraft parked on 54 left. And also you can see inside the buildings there, inside the terminal. Here we come to the central part. As I said, internally some of this is developed, some of it is developed in such a way that it appears to be, but it's actually not. and we'll go through that in a bit when we go inside. But as you can see, I mean, the detail is stunning. Even the air conditioning units on the top of the roof there. And here's the landside bit, just part of it. I mean, it's such a beautiful job. So going back airside again, there to the left you can see the car park, beautifully detailed. Lots of different cars, not an awful lot of repetition, which is great. Here's the fuel farm. Again, the detail is wonderful. A very nice job, which is what I would expect from this developer. He's got quite a reputation to live up to. He's held in quite high esteem, and his work is compared to many sceneries. Signage here for the taxiway, runway 33. Again, all looks pretty good. There's the approach light system, and you've even got the drainage covers down there to the right. There's an airfield gate there too, and it's only when you get out here that you come to sort of photogenic scenery. Okay, so let's have a little slow pass over the airside ramp, which is what you guys are interested in. I'll get a little bit closer, and you can see bits and pieces going on inside the terminal there. You can see people. Some of these people are animated and some of them are static. There are some parts of the terminal that you look in and they're actually not properly modelled. What they are sort of like flat images that are designed almost like parallaxing. So when you look up close you can see what looks real life but actually is not when you go inside. But again, it's a clever use of a technique that makes it all look pretty good. But as you can see, the stands themselves look great. I mean, the detail is wonderful. You've got visual docking guidance system active at almost every stand, and the clutter is all good. And there you can see through the windows, you can see the hoardings in there. It just looks great, it really does. Well, there's lots of bits and pieces going on here. So what we're here, let's look in airside through the terminal windows and have a look and see what's been done. There to the right you can even see through the glass the stairwells on the jetways. So here we are inside one of the gate rooms, and you can see this is really nicely done. Again, it's what we expect from this guy. You've got animated people, and as you can see from my movement, really no issues with the frame rate at all. In fact, all of these people are animated. Just very nice indeed. Really no complaints. It looks great. So let's have another look at another airside. This is on 54, same standards where I'm parked. And once again you have this wonderful detail in here as well. Literally everybody here is animated, which is brilliant. And you can see them on the other side of the pier over here too. And there's a view looking down the other direction. You've got one or two people at the very far end there. And even fire extinguishers. I mean, the amount of detail is incredible. And here's another example of the detail. Here you've got this key card system, and I know this because I used this myself at Heathrow when I was working there. You put your ID up against it and then you put in a code and it gives you access through these doors, and you can lock them open when you're boarding a flight. Here you've got the emergency cut-off as well. So let's just go across to the other side, and as you can see here, you've got this wonderful long corridor here, and you've got people in it, and you've even got flights and the details of the flights there as well. A quick look through the glass. I just want to show you the Jetway. I mean, just an example of how detailed this is. It's really nice. Very nice indeed. So I just want to show you this. Here you got the blast screen, here's the cul-de-sac. And as we go towards this part of the building, if I stop there, you can see some development inside, which looks pretty real, and it's really, really well done. However, if we go in through the windows, as you can see, they're high-resolution photographic facades, and I suspect these will look really good at night. So the developers, rather than chose to do the whole airport inside interior, he's used this technique to save, obviously save some work, although arguably the work doing this would be just as busy. Can't wait to see this during the darkness hours. But this is an example of some of the parallaxing effect that's been used here on this part of the terminal. Okay, some shots just airside to show you again some of the detail and the way this has all been done. I just love this. I mean, just look at the concrete textures, and the markings are all correct. You've got the stop sign here, and here we're looking up through the windows, and this all looks real because the images there are at high resolution, so it looks really effective. So a little tour down the airside road as the blast screen. I mean, the detail is amazing. It's done a wonderful job. Really is wonderful. There you can see more things going on there. So we'll have a look in this side of the building. Here you can see the stairway. And here we are inside this part of the building, and once again we've got shops and bits and pieces, people. I mean, it all looks really good. The detail is just incredible. And look at this. I mean, we go right up close to this departures board and everything is completely readable. This is absolutely brilliant. You've got all the departures there, all listed. There's no blurring of the text or anything. It's very impressive. I mean, just look at this. I love the detail. It's done a wonderful job. There's just so much to see here. We've got the duty free, various areas here, look. ATM machine. Now some might say that, okay, why aren't there more people? Birmingham Airport does get busy sometimes, but it's not like Heathrow. So you could argue certain times of the year this is probably about right in terms of the amount of people. And we're airside at the moment, don't forget. So you've got Costa Coffee here. You know, it's great, and the detail is lovely. All of these people are really nicely defined. And to be honest, they all seem to be animated. I don't see any statics at all. It's really good. It's fantastic. Okay, so that was a look at airside internally, which you can go on and explore and spend ages looking to see what you can find. It's really well done. Let's go towards landside now. Again, look at the roof work, the air conditioning system, and there you can see the animated train. We'll go into the station in a minute, but again, look at the rail system and the detail and the weathering on the side of it. So here you've got multi-storey car parks down there. I mean, the ground detail, everything to barriers, and I mean the detail on the work that's been done down there is excellent. This is the only part where it gets a little bit strange. Here we're a lot further away from the airport, but here's the station, and you've got cars that are parked a bit haphazard. So that's the only real thing that I could see. So here's the monorail system, or the air train, whichever you want to call it. I mean, it's really nice. It's nicely done. So this, as I say, as we get further away, it's the only part that looks a bit weird, but as you get close back into the airport environment, here's the other multi-storey car park. Currently the roof is no cars there yet. So let's look at Landside from the terminal itself. So a couple of shots first. As you can see, the detail is amazing. And just look at the groundwork and the signage. It's all readable up close as well. There you've got the Novotel and other hotels. Very, very nice. So here we land side of the terminal. And here we've got an animated sign. I mean, this is a really nice touch. Here you can see animated passengers sitting there waiting to get on the bus. And there they are, sitting there with the buses in front. So let's quick look in the other direction. And here you've got, by the Garden Inn, you've got a UK police car with flashing lights as well, and you can even read the registration. This is the kind of detail that you find in the sky sceneries that makes it so brilliant. So here's the arrivals terminal. Let's pop inside and see what we can see, if anything. Again, I mean, the detail is amazing. Okay, so not much has been done here landside in terms of check-in. Certainly not here. So here's an entrance to one of the check-in zones. Again, the detail just blows you away. It's really good. So we're going into this part of the building and see what we can see. There has been some internal work done landside. I just want to go in. So what you can see there is the same parallaxing high resolution we encountered airside. If I go inside, you can see we're not entirely built. It's all a little bit confusing, but the effect is there. So there is some internal work landside. I'm struggling to find it at the moment, but there is some. However, the car parks, as you can see, all look pretty fantastic. Landside has been nicely done, to be honest. As you can see, you've got great signage and excellent road markings. And by and large, the car parks and the number of cars and the variety of cars is really good. When just look at the detail, I mean, it looks really, really very impressive. So there you've got two trains. Let's follow this one into the station just very quickly. Oh, the rail detail is brilliant, you know, it's just amazing, the work that's been done to give us this level of detail. Okay, so that looks like it's just going to go in and stop. Yeah. So let's have a look at the station at the terminal end. Again, beautifully modelled, no people, and none that I can see. So let's wait for the train to come. There's one on the way. Here she comes. Very nice. It's a really good animation because it's at the right rate as well. It's the speed is not overly fast, which is what you see in some sceneries where they've done animated trains. Okay, as usual, quick view from the flight deck. This is what you'll see when you park up on 54 left. Here we're in the Phoenix Airbus A320, and as you can see, you've got the visual docking guidance system. There you've got a fire engine going down the airside road. There's a view from the captain's window, and looking out across the first officer's window. Okay, a very quick look at the Elmdon area on the west side of the airport for you. I'm anxious that there's so much to see here. This could be a really long video, and I don't want to make it too long. But again, here you can see the same attention to detail. It's just beautifully done. Here's the new control tower that was recently completed. Once again, the ground looks great, all the markings are there. And there you've got animated controllers. And there's the view looking out from the control tower. Very nice. All the kit's there, the screens are there. And it makes such a difference having people. And just another view, and the guy's even typing there. Look, that's brilliant. This really is. So here you've got the Travelodge. Once again, a car park, a highly detailed car park, I might add. And this looks as though we're going to have parallaxing visible during the darkness hours. But you know, the detail, I can't get over it. It's just, it's a wonderful airport. It blows everybody else away. And Makosin did a really good job, make no mistake, and I have lots of respect for them. But to tell you the truth, I mean, this is on another level. It's very nice. It's really good. You know, there's quality, high detail everywhere you look. It's very nice. Okay, so that was a quick look at the daytime. I'm conscious of the fact that there's so much for you to see. Quite a lot I'm going to have to leave you to explore, otherwise this becomes such a too long video. But we need to see what this airport looks like under the darkness hours. So let's bring the dusk up. Okay, it's 20 to 9 in the evening local time. It's late summer, it's a sort of mid-August here. And as you can see, the lighting's come up and it's very subtle. It's really nicely done actually, it's not overblown. For even from this height you can see lots of detail in the way the lighting has been done. Blue airfield edge lights are the type that I really like to see, and the green centerline lights. Lots of ambient lighting. I can't see much in the way of asobo globes here at all. There we are looking out towards the threshold of 3.3. And then down there you've got runway 15 in the far distance. There's the fire station and everything down here. It all looks really nice and subtle. And there you've got lighting on the control tower and on the Elmden apron here. This is all going to be pretty impressive. So let's do a low pass over the stands here. As you can see, plenty of lighting. It all looks pretty good. It looks really impressive. As we cross over to Landside, all of the things that you would expect to be lit are lit as well. Hotels look great. And it looks as though we have lighting on the train too, which is quite important for me. Right, what you've got is lights, but no lighting internally as such. Okay, a couple of close-up shots around the stand where I'm parked. Again, the lighting is from the correct source. You can see in here as well, there's a guy moving around. But it looks really good, it really does. Just a close-up look at the end of one of the jetways. The detail is amazing. So there's a look into the terminal from the outside. And there's a view down the airside road. Once again, the detail is incredible. You've got TUI maintenance vans here, and they're all properly detailed and logoed. Here you can see the lights inside the terminal. There's my aircraft. And look, even the park stairs have got lights. So we'll have a little look out across the other side here. There you can see stand numbers and green centerline lights, taxiway lights. Here we're going sort of slightly away out of the ordinary. And again, look at the ambient lighting. So taxiways, there you've got markings as well. And I love these blue lights, they look really good. So we go along the taxiway here and we'll have a look at the signage here. I mean, this is all really good, it's very well done. Even little red lights on the buildings there. Taxiways glow into the grass, which is really good. It's excellent. And wigwags. Yeah, I'm pretty certain I was correct. This is the fire station. Again, nicely done. And here we are inside the station, and you can see that they nothing's been left to chance, even in here. So you've got a fire tender there just outside Landside with a police car. And there we are, looking out onto the airfield and showing the other tender. So once again, this is the Elmden aprons on the west side. Again, plenty of really good lighting. Some of the buildings are lit, that one isn't. But you know, it looks good, it really does. There's the hotel. Let's see what the control tower's got. So looking from the outside you can't see much, but it's probably what I would expect. Inside, however, as you can see, they've got perfect lighting. And down there you've got the various car rental agencies. And this is just lovely, isn't it? And the signage looks great. And there you've got, I think you've got an animated sign there. And once again, high resolution parallaxing that gives you the sort of impression that something's going on in here. I mean, that hotel looks great, doesn't it? Just trying to get the speed of the camera at the right speed so I can show you what's going on. And there to the right, I mean, look at that. That looks brilliant. That's parallaxing at high resolution. It's all done really well. There you've got what we call the zebra crossing with the two flashing yellow globes. It's a common sight in the UK. And Landside looks just as stunning as it did during the day. And as you can see, the Novotel also has the same degree of parallaxing. And even the bus is lit. Headlights and everything. Very, very good. So we go across the top of the car park here. So as you can see, the night is creeping up really quickly, so let's go to night time now. Okay, 10:30 local time in the evening, and as you can see, the sunset is all but gone, and you've got the moon here and a beautiful glow. The lighting's come up, and yeah, it looks great, really does. No complaints at all. There you can see runway 33 threshold. Green centre line lights, blue airfield edge lights, all really good, no problems at all there. There's the Elmdon apron on the west side with the control tower on the left. And there you're looking at the threshold of runway 15 in the distance, the fire station and other bits and pieces down there in the foreground. So a quick view from the flight deck at night time, not an awful lot of difference, but of course it's darker. But it all looks pretty good. And a little view across the airfield through the first officer's window. Okay, quick pass along the stands on this side just so you can see what it looks like at night time. As you can see, plenty of ambient lighting, and you can see in through the windows. It looks impressive, it does. Taxiing around at night's not going to be any problem as long as you have a map. But as you can see, lots to investigate here, should you wish to. But whether you wish to or not, and the detail is incredible, you can't knock what this guy's done. And he promises more in the FS 2024 version, which I can't wait to see. I'm about to purchase 2024 and then start doing some videos. Really looking forward to that. So there you can see through the windows into the terminal airside. It all looks pretty amazing. So let's cross over to Landside. So there's a little monorail which is completely dark at night. That's a bit of a disappointment. Okay, you've got headlights that you can just see as she goes into the station. But it would have been nice to see the actual train internally lit, which is the only little criticism. But you know, I'm not really going to complain. It's a nice animated model, and you've got head and tail lights which are good. Very nice. So here's Landside. As you can see, even the coach is lit. Really nice. And there you can see in through the glass. Couple of coaches, you've got some people there as well. And there's our police car, all nicely lit, and the blue lights going as well. And look, this is the detail you're looking for. You've even got the little red lights on the end of the blast screen, which is a mandatory requirement. So here we've got the Garden Hotel. Again, you've got this wonderful use of high detail parallaxing, giving you the illusion that things are going on in there. Look, it's a very, very nice way to do things. Very nice. As we pan out to the car park, once again ambient lighting, all from the correct source, and a real decent collection of vehicles, not a lot of repetition. It all looks very good. So we cross back into airside, and the place just looks great, doesn't it? It really does. So one final look across the airport there from landside into airside. Let's bring the dawn up now. Okay, 6 AM local time. As you can see, the dawn is up and we've got this nice glow on the buildings. There's the little monorail going along nicely. There we're looking southeast. You've got the monorail station below us. And in the other direction, and as you can see, we've got cars going around the road as well. And finally, looking landside, you've got the sun coming up in the distance. Very nice indeed. Okay, 7:35 AM. Time to wrap up the review and give you my thoughts. When I first looked at this, I had it installed a couple of days ago before I got COVID and managed to have a quick look around of it. I was a bit disappointed because I thought that possibly this gentleman had dropped his standards and probably gone in favour of a brilliant version for Flightsim 2024 and a not quite so brilliant version for Flightsim 2020. However, I've since revised my opinion. That there really is no question about it. This chap is one of the top developers, and it's quite right that we compare a lot of sceneries, a lot of good sceneries, to the sort of stuff this gentleman produces, along with the likes of Fly Tampa as well. Those are probably among the two top developers that we're looking at, and they've now both gone into the Flightsim 2024 genre as well, which is great news for simmers in that who use that simulation. And so I was expecting good things, and to be honest, he's done it. This clearly is the best version of Birmingham. There's no doubt about it. It's a wonderful airport. What I think is amazing is just the sheer amount of detail. Everything down to little red lights on the blast screen, the little animated sign, and lights on the buses parked landside. Everything you see is just stunning. It really is. He's gone into such detail. And you often see things on Facebook saying, okay, when's this coming out? When can we expect it? Blah, blah, blah. They're going absolutely mad for it. I can understand. I mean, the quality of development is excellent. It's stunning. But at the end of the day, you can see why it takes so long to do this. And remember, he's now produced 2 versions, one for this sim and one for Flightsim 2024. And if this is what it looks like in 2020, I can't wait to see what it looks like in 2024. And there are other review videos out there for those people who want to look at that. So I would say right off the bat, you know, this is a fantastic product for Flightsim 2020 users. You've got everything you need. The navigation aids are all correct. The stands look great. At least one of the Jetways works. I know most of them. And you've got a GSX Profile included. You really couldn't want for more. There's very little I can... No, there isn't anything really I can fault with this airport. Terrain-wise, it fits wonderfully. I don't see any anomalies in the ground texturing or the ground terrain. Okay, you've got vehicles crossing the runway, but they cross the runway. They don't go down them, which is great. And there's so much detail. It really is down to the smallest things, right up to the departures board that you can read really close up without any blurriness. It's a wonderful representation of a product. What about price? Well, you know what? You could argue it's a steal. At 18 quid, it's a steal. Okay, add VAT and you're looking at about £20–21. But you got the likes of other developers are charging something like £27–28 for sceneries, and nowhere near as good as this. So I think the price is excellent, the price is right. Not certain at this point whether or not you get the 2024 version free with the 2020 purchase. That doesn't seem to be clear, something I need to ask the developer about, or maybe one of you can let me know in the comments. As to whether you purchased both versions, or whether you've had to purchase them separately, or whether you were able to purchase one and get the other free. It's the only thing I don't know about. But no, this is another stunning PYREEGUE Dev Company airport. It's totally what we expect. And yeah, I think if you're interested in getting this, I can't recommend it highly enough. I'll always purchase this guy's stuff. However, disclaimer here, I have to say my sincere thanks to the chap behind this scenery who very kindly sent me a copy for a review. I didn't buy it, I got it for review. However, the thoughts and comments are all my own. They haven't been influenced by PYREEGUE Dev Company. That's exactly what I think is what you see out there. But I must thank him for being kind enough to send me a copy for review. It's been fantastic. But it really is a stunning piece of work, there's no doubt about it. So there you are, it's Birmingham International Airport in the UK, Echo Golf Bravo Bravo, payware scenery from PYREEGUE Dev Company, arguably one of the top developers in our field here. Currently this is version 1.0.6 for the PC version of Flight Simulator 2020. There is a 2024 version available, which is promised to have a lot more than there is in this version as well. As I said, I can't find out at this moment whether you get the 2 versions together on one purchase or whether they're purchased separately. The download for the 2020 version comes in at 1.72 gig and it installs at 3.42 gig. Currently it's only available from the Contail shop. Give you the price, we're looking at £17.72, which equates to roughly €20.46. or $23.80 US. Now the US and Euro prices are estimates, they're taken from the pound and they do not include tax or VAT, so you have to add that, which of course could vary depending on where you are in the world when you purchase this. Currently in the UK we pay 20% tax. I think in the US they pay something like 8 or 9%, I'm not sure. But even with the tax added you're looking around sort of £20–21, which is a very fair price for the amount of work that's been done, and I believe this person is a one-man band, which is why it takes so long, but you really can't argue with what you get. It's fantastic, it's stunning. Okay folks, so stay tuned. Next week I'm hopefully back to normal with 3 reviews coming up. I won't mention them at the moment because they're going to be a bit of a surprise, but I've got a load of new sceneries that I've managed to get and we'll start to have a look at those. It'll be a week or 2 before I purchase Flightsim 2024. I've got to sort out my flight controls. At the moment I'm on leave from a couple of virtual airlines I fly for. just to give me time to get this sorted out. Many of you might remember I've had loads of problems with Windows 11 on this new PC, and getting Flightsim to be stable, but it looks like we've managed to overcome that. But at least I've got to a point where I can do video reviews now. So guys, my name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. I hope this has been useful. I know there are other reviews out there, but I hope I've managed to show you and discuss a few things that you might not have seen and you might be interested in looking at. Thank you to all those guys who've been kind enough to stay with me and support me. Some of you sending me money on by the buying me a coffee, which is really nice. Thank you very much. It does help. I purchase about 40-45% of the products I review, with the other 55 being very kindly sent to me review. So whatever you send me is really helpful and helps me keep going with this. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned. On Sunday, by Sunday evening, I should have the website back up with new news and also the 3 products we're going to be looking at next week. So thank you for watching. I will say bye for now. You guys fly safe and take care. Bye bye now.